Okay, I wanted to show you another light mod you can build yourself, and it will cost you about $5. Now right now I have two removable legs on the back, which are basically about this length. So I can actually set this on a table or do a seated or reclining portraiture, especially indoors or outdoors. Now I have a silver reflective side on the other of this, but what I have here is I have a gold and silver space blanket here, so I can switch it to either side. I can actually shoot from this side or I can shoot from this side. I could use the silver side for a nice diffuse illumination. It's actually a off-white reflective fabric that has a really nice diffuse value. You can get it at your fabric store. I showed you where I was going to the fabric store today. Now this is built on a simplex PVC frame, 45 inches by 40 inches. I can also use this to hold one of my reflectors if I want. The reason I have the hole here in the center is that I use that for a shoot through. So I actually have my daylight, my ambient illumination actually striking either the silver or the gold side, reflecting into the subject's face, into their body, and I'm actually able to take advantage of that illumination, raise it up, and actually narrow the dynamic range between my background and my subject outdoors or indoors. Use that for a nice reflector. So I'm actually dropping my camera through here. Now depending on what focal length you use is going to determine the distance, but this is the appropriate size of the hole you need, about 15 inches. Let me remove this and show you the other side. This breaks down incredibly fast, and the gold reflective side of the space blanket is also removable from the silver side. Once you sand the ends of the PVC, they lock into place really good. You don't have to glue them. The trick to actually having nice tight fit so they don't actually work loose really easy is once you cut your PVC pieces, just take some light sandpaper and it gives them nice gripping action inside these joints. So hold on a second. I have this also. Let me show you an example. I'm going to be using the gold side, the reflective side, with my modeling light off my Einstein unit here. And I can be shooting through this side. And both of these pieces are completely separable. Hold on a second, let me get a little bit more traction here with my clamps. It takes less than 5 minutes to set this up. Give you an example of what I'm doing. I can almost see, I can actually see my face in the mirror there behind the camera, the effect that I get. And let me actually come forward and kind of mimic the sun. It's going to take you less than 20 minutes and $10 to make one of these. That's $10. You see this? And flip it to the other side. Now I have holes on these, the joints, that it fits on top of my modular adapter. So I can actually, instead of having someone hold it, I just pop it in the modular adapter that I showed you from the prior video and use that. Hold on a second. Placement, amount of illumination, distance. You shoot right through there. Right through here. And shoot through a reflector. Okay? I hope you liked that video. Like I said, you can make one yourself fast, cheap, and easy. There's another trick to this, and that'll actually give you a specular silver circle in the iris. And that's as if you take either one of these sides and use this highly reflective ducting tape, which actually is aluminum with a sticky back, and make a circular ring around the inside of the person that you're shooting. What it'll do is actually create a silver reflective ring in the person's eye. It's an incredibly gorgeous effect. So, anyway, got lots of light mods to show you. Let me know if I could help you in any way. Everything is about lighting control and a controlling dynamic range. And using one of these things, I can control it without using a speed light or a studio strobe. On location, I can control the spread between my ambient and the diffuse value and the midtones of my subject on a nice backlit situation. Say I'm shooting through this and someone's heavily backlit, I just have too much dynamic range. By using this reflector either side, I'm actually able to narrow that dynamic range between the illumination of the portraiture of someone's face, between the specular, the diffuse, and the shadow, and the ambient light back here without using a studio strobe or a speed light where I'm exposing for my ambient and then raising up my illumination from my speed light or my studio strobe. So either way, there's more than one way to skin a cat, but it's controlling that dynamic range and getting the type of diffuse values, and whether you want hard light or you want soft light, controlling that dynamic range, controlling the midtones, and you know, you can either use it without a studio strobe or speed light by using a reflector, okay? So I can narrow that dynamic range, or I can do the same thing with a speed light or a studio strobe. So try to think about making one of these. Like I said, 45 inches by 40 inches is about a good size. It's also good enough to hold a 45-inch circular diffuser with 4 of these clamps. And very useful. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.